we finished the timing, and now we're gonna finish putting the top end back together. We're gonna put in the injectors, coil packs, and spark plugs. And once we do that, we're gonna move on to the valve cover. We put on the valve cover, then we tighten down the bolts by hand. And when you get to the torque, you have to follow a torque pattern. And we got this picture right here, I'll put up on the screen, from FCP Euro. This is a factory torque pattern. And if you follow this pattern, you should be good and everything should be on right. So we put in the wiring for the coil packs to make sure we have everything we're supposed to be. Everything went in perfectly. So now we're gonna keep going. Put on the radiator. I didn't get any footage of it because we were trying to figure out how to put it on. We got all the lines on and everything looks good. So now we're gonna move on to the gas cap. Oh, our M4 came with a carbon fiber gas cap that was not painted. So I sanded it down and we're gonna try paint matching it, just the top, we're gonna leave the inside carbon, and we'll see how it turns out. So we bought a oil cooler from Mishimoto from our local BMW shop, and we had to buy a new oil cooler because our old one was busted from the accident, which actually caused the engine to oil starve. So we will be putting a guard on this oil cooler as well in the future. And for now, we're just gonna leave it like this and we're gonna move on. So we put on the charge cooler. We chose to just stick with the original charge cooler. We didn't get an upgraded one for now because, as you guys know, the OEM charge coolers, they do have an issue of leaking around like 70 to 100,000 miles. But this car only has 34,000 miles exactly. So there's not really a point. This charge cooler doesn't have any signs of leaking or any damage or anything. So we just stuck with this one. We might in the future get an upgraded charge cooler if we go for bigger power and stuff. So, but we'll see in the future what happens. For now, we're just gonna stick with this one. We found a fuse box locally, which we picked up because the past owner of our car took out all the fuses after he got in an accident. So we bought a new fuse box to put in the fuses that we need. Filling up oil because the car is basically ready to be started up for the first time. We put in 7 quarts of Castrol Euro Oil 5W30, which you can find at your local Walmart. And we found 2 jugs of coolant for the M4, and we bought 2 jugs of distilled water, and we poured it into a bucket, which made a 50-50 mix. And once we did that, we have this tool they have to put on that sucks up all the air out of the coolant lines. And then once you do that, you can put in the coolant, and it makes it so there's no air inside of the coolant lines. And once you do that, you should be all good. And then you could top it off in the tank to the line, where if you look in, you can see this yellow bar, and it shows you how much coolant's in the tank. Just make sure it's in the middle, which makes it perfect. Took out the fuel fuse so we can crank the car before actually starting it. And we're clearing the codes right now, and there's no really bad codes that popped up now, but we're gonna wait and check it again once we start the engine. Unfortunately, when we were doing the coolant cycle, one of the coolant lines wasn't fully plugged in, so the coolant spilled everywhere. So we're gonna have to put some more coolant in, and let's try to crank the car right now. A lot.
Sounds pretty good. Go again? Yeah? No. Yeah, sounds pretty good.
So the engine did sound a little rough on the start, but that's because there's old fuel in the lines and the engine was repaired. Also, there's no battery. We had to put in a battery from our M3, which the battery's not coated, so the engine's a little tripping out. But the more we ran it, it started sounding better and better, which is a good sign. And we don't think there's gonna be any problems because we did everything professionally. So we moved on to checking the oil, and there was a little glitter, which it seems like is because we drilled the crank for the crank hub, and there's probably some shavings from when the car got in an accident from the oil starvation. But we did an oil change again. We dumped this one, did another oil change, and it basically went away. So that's a good sign. Everything looks good. You can see the oil looks really clean, looks really good. And now we just got to keep running the car more and more, let everything flush through, and we're gonna be good. We're now replacing the dash. We're taking off everything off of the original dash because the airbag was blown, and we bought a new dash which is on the way. So by the time we take off this dash, the other dash will be here, and we're gonna swap this one out and swap the other one back in. And it's the same exact dash from the same year, 2018, also from low mile cars, so it should be perfect.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the battery and the dash came at the same time. We had to get a new battery because the one that was supposed to be in our car was not there. So it looks like it got stolen or something. I don't know what happened to it. But the dash came too, and the dash looks really good. No scratches anywhere, good condition. And it's the exact same dash that was in our car, which is perfect. So we're gonna put it in. Finished putting in the dash, everything looks perfect, and the car is practically done and is able to drive. The only thing we have to do now is to just paint the car, and we have to buy a new headlight because one of the headlights is cracked. So once we get that done, and we should have that done in the next video, but we're gonna start modding the car in the next video. We're gonna install the lowering springs that we have. We're gonna install some wheels, diffuser, exhaust, and you guys will see in the next video what we have planned. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.